It's 11 o'clock in Blacktown and Priya is staring at her superannuation app, doing maths she never signed up for. Her colleague earns the exact same $95,000 a year. He is on track to retire with $300,000 more than her. What was he doing differently that nobody had ever told her? Most people assume superannuation comes down to salary alone. The ATO's own data tells a different story. Two Australians earning identical incomes can retire with wildly different balances, and the gap has almost nothing to do with luck. It comes down to 5 quiet decisions made before the end of every financial year that most people never think to make at all. Once you see the pattern in someone else's payslip, you cannot stop seeing it in your own. Secret 1. The $300,000 habit. Superannuation is not a fixed rate that just happens to you. It is a series of small choices made every single pay cycle. The compulsory super guarantee sits at 12% this financial year, and that number is only the floor. Priya's colleague quietly salary sacrifices extra income into his fund, staying under the roughly $30,000 concessional cap the ATO allows each year, and it barely changes what lands in his bank account. Priya has never touched hers. Multiply that small gap by decades of compounding growth inside a low-tax environment, and a few $1,000s redirected each year turns into the $300,000 difference sitting between two people who started on the exact same $95,000 wage. It was never about who earned more. It was about who moved money before tax touched it first. That same instinct for redirecting money quietly follows people into their mortgage too, and that is where the numbers get even larger. If a single payslip can hide $300,000, what else is sitting there unnoticed? Secret 2. How debt recycling works. While you sleep somewhere in Melbourne, a homeowner named Marcus used to redraw on his home loan every time an unexpected bill landed without thinking twice. His mortgage sat at $650,000, and every redraw quietly reset his interest clock. Then, he restructured the same loan using an offset account instead, keeping his savings sitting against the debt rather than inside it. APRA's own lending data shows this single structural change, not a bigger income, is what separates borrowers who own their home outright well before retirement from those still paying it off at 65. On that same $650,000 loan, the shift alone can save well over $100,000 in interest across the life of the mortgage. Marcus did not earn a cent more. He simply stopped letting the bank calculate his interest the lazy way. So, if the loan itself was never the real problem, what does that mean for everyone still convinced that renting is the reason they feel behind? Secret 3. What happens? In the first 5 years. Compounding does not care how old you feel. It only cares how early you start. Someone who begins directing an extra amount into their investments at 25, rather than waiting until 35, is not just 10 years ahead. According to ABS long-run savings data, that single decade of head start can be worth roughly $250,000 more by the time they retire. That gap has nothing to do with discipline in your 30s. It is simply what an extra decade of growth does to the same amount of money. This is the part that should feel like relief rather than guilt. Nobody sat 60-year-old Australians down in their 20s and explained that the first 5 years of an account matter more than the last 15. The system rewards timing more than willpower, and once you know that, waiting even one more year starts to feel expensive rather than harmless. But timing only helps if there is something left over to invest once rent or a mortgage is paid. So, what happens to someone who feels like there is nothing left over at all? Secret 4. The renter who retires, richer than the owner. Owning a home is not automatically the safer bet, and the ABS rental data makes that uncomfortable comparison possible. A renter in Perth paying around $550 a week can be sitting on far more spare cash flow than a Sydney owner servicing a mortgage above $800,000 at current rates. If that renter invests the difference every single week instead of spending it, the gap compounds into a retirement balance that can sit well above $600,000 higher than someone who assumed owning was always the smarter move. This is not an argument against ever buying a home. It is proof that the asset itself was never the strategy, the redirected cash flow was. The RBA has already moved the cash rate more than once this cycle, and every move quietly changes which side of this comparison looks smarter that year. Most people pick a side once in their 20s and never check the maths again. So why do so many people treat a decision made at 25 as a permanent financial identity? Secret 5. Why do some people never feel? Behind the final secret has nothing to do with income, debt, or super at all. According to ASFA's own modelling, a single Australian needs roughly $50,000 a year to fund a comfortable retirement. Yet, the people who reach that number calmly are rarely the highest earners. They are the ones who check their accounts every week instead of once a year, catching a subscription creeping up or a rate change eating into their savings within days rather than months. One version of the same person ignores their banking app for 6 months and absorbs every fee and every price rise without noticing. The other checks weekly, moves $50 or $100 into a separate account the moment they notice slack, and never feels the squeeze build up. Neither version earns a different wage. One simply pays attention on a schedule, and the other does not. What would your own numbers look like if you started checking on that same schedule tomorrow? Priya's colleague was never smarter than her, and he was never paid more either. He simply moved a little money before tax touched it, then let a decade of quiet decisions compound in the background while she waited to feel ready. The gap between them was never really about 11 o'clock at night, or the number glowing on a phone screen. It was about 5 ordinary decisions, repeated often enough that they stopped looking like decisions at all. The financial year does not wait for anyone to feel ready, and neither does compounding. So the only question left is the one Priya eventually asked herself, staring at that same screen. Which one of these 5 is she willing to start tonight?